Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Bob with Hiker Trailer here with Jordan.
Hey guys.
We're here today to do our Hiker Live version 2. We did one last year. We had a lot of requests to repeat it, so we're here today. Jordan and I in front of the camera, the rest of the team behind the scenes here. We have a few things we want to go over today and capture. So we appreciate you submitting all your questions on the website. hikertrailers.com. We have a number of those questions we're going to answer today, but keep them coming. We're also going to randomly draw some prizes for people who have submitted questions. We did not do that last time, but we want to help recognize the people who did that. We also have some exclusive things we'll be announcing, a few videos to share. So we're looking forward to this, and hopefully let's get it kicked off. So I want to start with basically kind of the year in review. Since we purchased the Hiker Trailer Indy division 2.5 years ago, this past year we've sold collectively between Hiker Trailer, Indy, and Denver our 2,000th trailer. We are going to hit number 2,500 sometime in the coming year, and we look forward to putting some promotion together to maybe have a surprise for the person that hires or that picks up the 2,500 trailer that Hikers built. In this past year, we have also completed the merger of our companies between Denver and Indy. We are now one company. We are now making the trailers here in Indiana. We do some finishing of those trailers in Denver. Denver is a dealership and a pickup location. We also are working on other pickup locations throughout the country. An opportunity for you to see Hiker Trailers somewhere else besides Indiana and Denver, because we realize how many of you live on the West Coast, East Coast, South, North, etc. So there'll be more information coming in the next few months regarding that. With our growth in the last year, our facility here occupies 77,000 square feet in Columbus, Indiana. We have 34 associates, and with that, we are capable of producing about 50 trailers a month on a regular basis, looking to go even above and beyond that. Our on-time delivery, which everyone knows in the last few years with COVID, has been a struggle. We were at 95% last year. We want to be at 100, but unfortunately there's still those few issues with some supply chain parts that cause us some problems. So we commit to do better, and hopefully the market will allow us to do better. Between that and our dedicated people, we hope we can have 100% on-time delivery. Our lead time still stands at 90 days, so we worked hard to keep that down and hopefully can even improve on that. We have also launched our online store on our website. You may want to pay attention to that. I know a lot of people have been asking, where can I get other cool stuff for camping to outfit my trailer? So we have launched our online store, and we look to add more and more things on there going forward this year. Lastly, over the past year, I've been fortunate to do some camping in Pennsylvania, Missouri, Colorado, Kentucky, a couple other places, but have been fortunate, some of those, to meet up with other hiker owners. I appreciate all the comments and the time they spend going over what they like about their trailer, what they think we could consider doing differently, the cool things they've done with their trailer. So I want to thank everybody. There's too many to mention by name, but many of those ideas we have looked at and or are trying to incorporate or make changes. Every idea and comment you make does get considered, and we incorporate that in what we're doing. The last thing in my intro before we get into some questions is we are coming into year-end model review. And I know there's some questions in here, we'll wait for that. But every year we look at our hiker trailers and say, what are the things people like? What are the things people would like to see that we don't do? kind of what works best, what doesn't. So we're in that process right now, year end, of reviewing our models, what is it going to look like, and we'll address some of those questions more specifically here. So with that, keep your questions going. We're going to get to those now, draw some prizes along the way, and we'll go from there. So with that, let's start with our first question. Is the November, December production still on schedule? Yes. Unfortunately, we have had a couple of delays, and in most cases, those folks who trailers are late, we reach out to them proactively. Some of you I have spoke to, I appreciate your accommodations. A 90-day delivery schedule is pretty tight. If anything goes wrong, it's hard for us to rebound, but we try very hard, and as I said, 95% of the time we get it right. A few times we don't. We try to be proactive. I do know in the acquisition of Denver and moving some production here in order to reduce the lead time or reduce the delay, there were a few trailers that I'm sure were beyond what the expectations of the customers were. We apologize for that. We hopefully have caught up with all of those. But again, we think we did the right thing to get your trailer to you sooner. Next question. What time of year is the busy season when you see the most orders come in? And that's from Dana. The busy season obviously ties in with camping. Between November and December, we usually see a lot of activity because people are trying to get their orders in to buy their trailers before next year's camping season. We're going to help you with that because here a little later, we're going to go over our year-end sale that we're going to offer, and I think you're going to find that attractive and give you more incentive to get that hiker trailer on order, surprise your family with Christmas, with the announcement. So we'll generally see an influx of orders at the end of the year. We then start to see them in the beginning of spring. Weather gets nice, people think about camping. The great news, we're at 90-day lead time. This time last year, it was probably 6 months. Hard to order one in the spring and enjoy it in the season if it's a 6 months delivery. So we're there. We think it's the lead time is good, and we look for a good spring. So Dana, that was your question, Dana A. Jordan, let's try out this wheel. Perfect. And give it a spin. And Dana, we're going to see what prize that you get.
All right, let's see here. So a few different things going on here. We got gift cards. We got some hiker merch that we're going to give away. So we're just going to spin it and see what we got going on here. $25 gift card. So we'll send that. Dana, we have your information. If you guys want to participate in the questions with the wheel, obviously a lot of you are still submitting questions via the YouTube chat, which is fine. To be able to win a prize like Dana, you'll have to go on to hikertrailers.com. There is a form stack submission page right there. Submit your question there, we'll get it. Towards the end, we're going to update and go through all those, but as we pull these out, your email will be in there. We will get in touch with you via email to give you any merch, gift cards, or anything that we need to get you your prize. So, Dana, thank you for the question.
Great. Next question. Can you add a rear tire swing to an aftermarket EOR? We have. It is a little bit challenging, obviously, because we're welding something on that is much easier to put on when we build the frame. But if you do have an EOR and you want to add on a tire swing, reach out to us, talk to someone in our customer service department, and we can give you the best advice regarding that, timing, pricing, et cetera, et cetera. Another question, Jordan, what is the tongue length on the mid-range deluxe?
Yeah, so for this one, we did a couple measurements for you. So taking one that had a toolbox on it from the toolbox to the end of the tongue, we were looking at about 36 inches. We have different toolbox lengths, so that's gonna vary, but no toolbox, no anything on it from the front wall to the end of the tongue, you're looking at like 51 inches.
So that's an interesting question. As we get questions like that, I like to think, well, what's going on? Why would someone ask that question? It could be that you want to make sure you have enough swing length with your vehicle. It could be you're considering adding a bike rack on the back of your tow vehicle. You want to make sure you have enough room. So interesting question. I will also say, if you are anticipating doing something or adding something to the tongue of your trailer outside of what we have, please give us a call. Let's talk about that. We can give you our best advice on whether it's a good idea, how to do it, whether you shouldn't do it, as well as what impact that may have on tongue weight and your towing ability as well. Next question we have, should we remove our AGM battery from the trailer during winter? Well, I have talked to some owners who have never taken their battery out. They store their trailer outside and they have no problems. My experience and recommendation is, if you have the ability to take your battery out, put it in the garage somewhere where it's a little less out of the weather, your battery should perform and stay longer. It's also recommended during the off months, you put a trickle charger on it, or once a month you go out and charge it to keep it topped off. It is a matter of personal preference, but I think if you look at the manufacturer's information, they all recommend to try to keep it out of the weather. Now, that said, I have a couple AGMs and some equipment I keep in the pole barn, no heat, and I never do anything with them. And thank God, they always fire up the next year. So there are some things you want to consider when you do that. I want to go to a little diversion here on winterization. That's a question, Jordan, I think leads to what else should we do with our trailer for winterization. So a couple of things that come to mind, Jordan. One, if you have a water tank, empty the water tank as much water as you can. If there's a little residual water in there, that won't be a problem. If it freezes, it'll expand. But if the tank's full and it freezes, you're going to have problems. Obviously, we talked about the battery. Take the battery out. Now, if your trailer is stored in your garage and so forth, you have a little better chance of surviving the winter without worrying about anything. But winter is a great time also to do some maintenance and inspection on your trailer. Grease the bearings, check all the seals around the windows and doors, check the caulking. If there needs to be some touch-ups, do that as well. That's an important maintenance item to address at this time. The other thing, consider doing this, is a dehumidifier in your trailer. It could be as simple as just a desiccant dehumidifier that you can buy. A lot of people put them in gun safes or things like that. Something that will take some of the moisture out of your trailer if it's sealed up for a long time. We have some customers who use the little plug-in dehumidifiers. Some of them are just, again, like gun safes. They're small tubes. They put a little bit of heat in there. They just keep the humidity down. There are other ones that you can actually dehumidify and extract water out of the air and so forth. So if the space you're storing your trailer in does not have any HVAC, consider some form of dehumidification. It should help you. Otherwise, regularly check on your trailer, get some air through there, check on it throughout the winter just to make sure that everything is good to go. Great time also in the winter to crawl under your trailer. Did you hit a branch or a rock or something? Is the undercoating scratched or torn? If it is, some simple aftermarket undercoating, touch that up. Great time to do that. So if there are any more questions specifically to your trailer, reach out to customer service. They'll be able to help you regarding winterization. I also know we are working on some other things that we'll maybe talking about here later today regarding owner's manual and everything else like that, which some of the information we just went over will be in there as well. So let's go on to our next question. Can you incorporate a Blue Eddy power station into the builds? This is from John D. John, we can. So Blue Eddy is a type of power station, if you would. We sell the Goal Zeros ourselves here. We're constantly looking at the power stations. I will say that's a great topic in itself. We could probably talk for 30 minutes, but for instance, the Goal Zero, we put a 12-volt pigtail on our trailers now so that you can get a battery and use your trailer on the battery, and or use your portable power supply like the Goal Zero and plug it in and out. Why are we doing that? The power centers have incorporated inverters and also have other advantages to our customers. They're portable, they can be used for other situations as well. So Jordan, I don't know if you have any comments on that as well yourself, but we certainly see, and I think, a trend that all of our trailers will be built with the ability to use a power center, either with or without a battery.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, it adds something to you guys. It adds value to your purchase. So purchasing your trailer, obviously, you know, it's great having an onboard battery. You don't have to lug anything around, move it. But with the comments about worrying about moving your battery in and out of your trailer with the portable power stations, you guys now have the flexibility to, when you're not using your trailer, you can use this power station for other things. We've got a few different Goal Zeros right now that we're actually using to charge up and run our laptops and the computers right now for this show. Even though we're here in the factory, it just helps us not run cables. So you guys can take them out, use them in your boats, use them in your house, you know, multiple options to use them with. If you guys are out, you know, camping and you decide to go away from base camp and you want to take it with you, they make them, you know, if they've got the 500 version, which is very small and compact, and they've got them large enough to where they come with their own dollies on them. So power stations, I think it just adds value to your purchase. You're no longer stuck using it only in your hiker trailer.
So John D, thank you for that question. And Jordan, let's give it a spin.
Perfect.
For John D. See what kind of gift John wins.
A hiker hat. John, we're going to get with you. We're going to give you a hiker hat. We got two different options right now. Bob and I are wearing both. So we'll reach out and we'll let you pick one of them. I think we got a hiker hat. Do we have the hiker beanie on there too? Oh, okay, so we have the hiker hat and hiker beanie. So
And
the hat will be what Bob is wearing.
And Jordan, while you're there, give it another spin.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of the questions we went over. Matt M.
Matt
M, your questions we've already answered, but let's give it a spin for Matt as well.
All right. $25 gift card for Matt.
All right, Matt, we appreciate it. We'll get that to you.
Matt.
Another question, moving on, we had a question. Is there any news about the Climate Right returning or other companies with similar products? We have been testing a Zero Breeze. A Zero Breeze is a portable air conditioning system. It runs on 12 volt. We have had it at our last couple shows. We will be offering those for sale. We are working on incorporating those to be used in the trailer. They do work being inside your trailer. So we have a couple configurations we're working on, but in the near future, we should be able to offer that as a 12 volt solution for air conditioning. In addition, we still sell the rooftop air conditioning units that we have, 110 volt, as well as there are a couple 12 volt rooftop systems we are looking at, putting them on some prototypes, want to run through them through the paces. So AC continues to be one of those things that there's some development going on. It's still highly impacted by supply chain because most of it is manufactured offshore. But the Zero Breeze, I think, will give you some flexibility to cool your camper, use it for other opportunities as well, whether you're tent camping, whether you need it at your workshop or whatever. So good question regarding that. Another question we had was, are Arctic Turn windows available on builds? We have put them on a couple trailers as prototype builds. Arctic Turn windows are very pricey. I would say this, we can build some custom builds. If you have a very specific interest in incorporating those into your build, contact our customer service people. As you can imagine, that's a little different size window, so it's a custom made blank on the side of the trailer. So it takes a little more time, a little more effort for us to make sure, since it's not the standard way we build it. But we certainly are open to talking to you about that. The next question, can I get a roof platform such as a Yakima instead of crossbars? Meaning that the platform would mount directly to the supports. We have put a lot of things on our trailers, mostly using our roof rack bars as the platform. The roof rack bars with our integral brackets are designed to maintain the maximum amount of load up to and including rooftop tents. We don't have a solution yet where you just mount any accessories directly to our brackets. I do know one of our many items we have that we look at is modifying our rooftop system to accommodate other accessories. We do have a lot of accessories that we offer on our trailers. As well, there are a lot of other cool accessories coming out. So at the moment, we can put almost anything on our roof rack bars. We do not have a solution yet for mounting things directly to our brackets without use of our roof rack bars. The next question, can we send you items to install that you do not offer? This is from Emily G. Emily, we have in the past and we still do. So when you order your trailer, it's important to identify up front to customer service what it is that you would like us to add or what ideas you have. We like to try new things. If we can do it and feel like we can do it well, we have no problem trying to put that on for you. There have been a few things we've been asked to do that we choose not to do or cannot do because of technical reasons. But again, talk to your customer service person up front, and if we can do that, we'll do that. So Jordan, let's give a spin for Emily G for her question.
Do it. All right, Emily, let's see what we can get you here. That's a big old $250 gift card, Emily. So
all right.
We will be in touch with you about that one. And while I have it, Skyways, Matt, hello. Thank you guys. Trying to read the comments through the chat as we go. I appreciate the love on the beard. I'm trying. I might make a trip out to Maine with it. We'll see. I don't know.
Good job. There have also been some questions about pickup, seeing trailers. As I mentioned earlier, we are working with about 4 different people right now across the country to provide some pickup locations, obviously significantly away from our current location. So we hope at the beginning of the year to announce some locations in the Northwest, further west, in the East, maybe in the South, where you can actually go see hiker trailers, pick your trailer up there, allows you to see it and touch it. To date, we realize most of you rely on ordering it sight unseen. We love it for those people who come to our locations to look at them. A lot of you take advantage of the various shows that we go to see the trailers, and we love that. We love talking to you about the trailer. It's a great opportunity for you to see other trailers as well. And for those of you who I've talked to, I actually tell you, go look at all the other trailers, because I do believe when you're looking for a teardrop type camping trailer, when you look at the others compared to ours, most of you usually come back to us because of the things that we do well. We build a quality trailer. We have worked very hard to keep our pricing at the lowest point possible. I was asked by a major YouTuber at the last show, how have we been able to keep our pricing so low? We made a small increase at the beginning of this year, and we've had no increases since then. I do know several of our competitors have increased pricing this year due to what's going on in the market. We work very hard. Our purchasing people work very hard to find the products at the lowest possible price to get them here when we need them. Our entire workforce works very hard to look at what we can do to make the trailers more efficiency without changing anything from a quality perspective. So each year we continue to reduce the man hours per trailer built, which allows us to offset the increases. This year, a lot of things going on out in the world. Cost of living is up, wages are up. We want our employees to make more money. So we're once again reviewing very carefully our current costing. We will likely have a modest increase again at the beginning of the year to offset some of the increased costs. But I assure you again, we do everything we can to minimize that, and I think this year we'll minimize it as well. Let's go to one more question here, and then I think we're going on to something else. So Mark asked, do you offer units larger than 5 feet? Mark, we currently do not now. Hiker in the past has built a 6-foot trailer, or a few of those. I've actually been fortunate to be at one of the campouts and see the owner of that trailer. I crawled all over it, under it. I will say it has caught my interest. It's certainly rolling around in my mind that that's an opportunity. I would love for us to build a wider trailer. It will likely not be launched at the beginning of this year, but it's certainly something we want to do. So the answer to your question is, we don't, we have, and I believe we hope to sometime in the future. So with that, there was another question. Have we ever had anyone purchase a hiker trailer to live out full time? So the answer is yes, we have. We've had a couple of them actually do that. And we have actually at one of our recent campout shows talked to a couple of people, and we met one couple, the Waldens, who are going to camp out of their vehicle, and we have their story we'd like to share with you. So I think, guys, are we ready to tee that up? If so.
We went through a rock garden, we did a hill climb, a bunch of off-camber stuff, and the trailer did perfect. The instructor kept thinking it was going to bottom out, and it never bottomed out once. The instructor was even really impressed with it.
Hi, I'm Cody.
And I'm Ross.
And this is our Extreme Off-Road Hiker Trailer. We have some pretty big plans coming up here soon with our hiker trailer. We're planning on selling our house, and we're going to be living out of it full-time. Loosely traveling the country, visiting some Marine Corps friends, and just getting together with some like-minded individuals and exploring. I'm a website designer and graphic designer, so going to get that Starlink hooked up and work anywhere we have service.
We saw a video on YouTube of, it was an Overland Expo, and it was all the trailers, and we saw the hiker trailer and we're like, wow, we really like that. And then we saw that they were made in Columbus, Indiana, and we didn't even look at any of the other options. So we're like, we're just gonna head there to the factory, get our eyes on it, see how great it really is, and pulled the trigger on it that day, I think.
Yeah, we only live an hour away, so we thought, why not? And also, the biggest thing that called us to the hiker trailer was we like the teardrop shape, or not the shape, the size of the teardrop, but we hate how it cuts off so much space in the rear. And we have a giant schnauzer and obviously a large van and, you know, me. So we need space.
Yep.
We want to be able to move around, and also we've been building up this Tacoma to go off-roading, and we want to be able to go off-roading with our bed. So whenever we see this beautiful remote location that's calling our name to just stay a few days, we'll be able to roll up, park there, put the awning out, and relax.
We did a hill climb, a bunch of off-camber stuff, and the trailer did perfect. The instructor kept thinking it was going to bottom out, and it never bottomed out once. The instructor was even really impressed with it.
Yeah, we do have a fridge, which we obviously use for all of our food. This is a 46
liter.
46 liter, fits a week's worth of food.
Yep.
It's been great for us, so that is a must. It's also nice when you go out to eat and have some leftovers and you got the hiker trailer, put them in the fridge and you're good. Inside here, it's pretty normal setup. We have the galley closed off. You're able to, you know, get through to the back through the doors. And we just have a shelf just to kind of keep us a little bit more organized. And we really enjoy the setup. Max fan is amazing and a must for sure. We definitely love our awning. I think that goes without saying with most people who have them. We have a black dog who needs shade, and it offers plenty of that. We're really excited for the awning walls to come in, so we have even more space underneath because they kick out. So I think that'll be fun even to have a few of our friends bring a couple air mattresses, and we can make a little outside tent for them. And as far as the galley goes, something we wish we would have done but we did do later is
we had the pigtail installed by Hiker Trailer. So we have the lithium ion option, and it's nice to have some peace of mind to be able to kill that battery if our fridge dies with meat in it or a fan stops working and it's hot outside. To be able to come to the back and plug a Gold Zero, EcoFlow, or any battery bank in and be able to have emergency power, and it's a nice backup plan for sure. A lot of peace of mind with that.
Yeah, and as far as the pulling goes, it's really nice too just to plug it in and see how much is that fan pulling at what speed or what speeds, and how much the fridge is pulling, so we can get a gauge on it. Oh, we are running low on battery. Maybe we should just put the EcoFlow with the fridge right now, so that the fan's only using the lithium ion in the front. So
we really like the rear swing out as well with the trash bag on the back. That really helps keep things tidy and not having to stink the truck up or have a mess in the bed of the truck. It's a little more organization. I actually use it at home sometimes. I had a run-in with a whole nest of ticks, and the only thing that worked was hot water to help with my tick bites. First day in, the hot water tab broke off in the shower, so then we didn't have any hot water, and the plumbing got messed up in the house. So I was in the driveway using my hot water and taking hot showers no matter what.
And it was getting up to 120 degrees, which was a perfect temp for curing the itch.
Yep, and it works really well. It's instant hot water. You hardly waste any water trying to heat it up. As soon as it senses the water pressure come in there, it fires right up and works really well.
This originally came on the other side, which I think is great for cooking. But since our hot water heater is right here, we put it on this side. Although it is pretty simple to just take it off.
10mm bolt ratchet comes off really easy.
So in the future, we might just get
another one for each side.
And something that we definitely recommend getting, would be the roof rack. This is the Rhino roof rack.
The Pioneer tray.
Yes, the Pioneer tray. And obviously we have two large Pelican cases up there, and we plan to mount much more shovels, other storage space, and that's going to be huge for our year of travel.
Yep, it really, we had a whole bunch of stuff in the galley, and we're able to put our scuttle and a lot of our cooking stuff in these boxes, and then on the awning side we just filled with stuff we don't typically use all the time so that we don't have to break the awning down to get to it.
We are still in the process of filling our space, figuring out what we do need to bring. So we've only done like week-long trips, and we don't even have everything filled. Up top here is like the fire pit, our table, scuttle, you know, just a few that more like out camping things we would really only use if we had the hiker.
Yeah.
So the stuff that is going in the truck is stuff that we want it to always be with the truck. Our dog's folding out bed.
Yep.
Our dirty laundry.
Yep, our dirty laundry goes up in the case up top. Basically, because in case we want to go down a trail or something that we know we're not going to be able to pull the trailer with, I want to have all the tools and stuff with the truck and not have to worry about it.
Yep.
Be able to disconnect the trailer, do a quick little lap, and then come back. And basically, we treat the trailer like a house, and we treat the Tacoma like a garage, essentially.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for checking out our trailer and our nice little rig here. And if you ever want to join in on our adventures, we will be starting a YouTube channel. We already have our Instagram established. It's Bob Walden, FOB.WLDN. Go ahead and give us a follow on there and see where these adventures take us.
And there is pictures and video of the drive course we did with the trailer on that as well.
Yep, and some off-roading in Moab, which was our second day of owning the hiker trailer. So have a great day. I don't know how to finish that one.
Like button.
Smash that like button.
I got a little more used to that. So that was a pretty cool story to see what the Waldens are doing. We look forward to their adventures, and I know they're going to reach back out to us and follow up with us and a few months into this thing and think it's how it's going. So anybody else who's doing some really cool things with this or going to live in them, reach out to us. We'd love to do a feature on you and get some regular feedback on this. I know there's been several people who have done this. I've talked to several of them, but we thought a really cool story of what they're going to do, and we look forward to that kind of feedback. So the question we had last time was from Mark Walker. Let's throw a spin on there for Mark for his question on the 5-foot trailer.
All right. Some hiker coasters. So if you guys haven't seen, we do have hiker trailer coasters. All this stuff should be on the store. So Mark, be in touch. Get you some nice coasters labeled with the famous HT.
And I did want to mention that for those of you who have one or are going to win gift certificates here, if you are not a hiker owner, you can use it to purchase hiker gear, or you can use it and apply that gift certificate to your final payment on your hiker trailer. So good luck with that. As we continue now, Mark asked one more question. If I put a deposit down but have to cancel prior to purchase, am I obligated to pay the full amount? So Mark, that's a very good question. A couple years ago when we bought Hiker, we realized it's a big investment. We also believe in hiker trailers and know that these trailers with the long delivery, A, hold a resale value, and B, we're able to sell canceled trailers pretty quickly. So when we bought this, we went to a $500 deposit balance at pickup. And I will say at that time, we were the only ones who sold teardrop trailers that does that. A couple of our competitors have gotten close to what we do, but Mark, that's still our policy, $500 balance at pickup. If you cancel prior to your pickup, You do not get your $500 back, but you have no further obligations with your trailer. That said, we regularly have a couple of trailers that may have been canceled that we have online on our website for sale for immediate delivery. They go pretty quick, but for those of you who are looking, you may want to look at our stock trailers or some canceled trailers that are all brand new. Call if you're interested. We can maybe do a few more alterations for you if you want, but most of these are nicely equipped and people just buy them as is. So please look online at our website for stock trailers that are available for immediate delivery. And again, Mark, thank you for asking. That's an important factor, but we believe and recognize that certain events happen in people's lives, and you need the flexibility of being able to walk away from this contract if it's not going to make sense for you. So that's what we instituted over 2 years ago, and we continue to do that. We believe in it, and you know, we want to make an adventure something you're excited about, so we're not going to enter into an elaborate contract that requires you to pay in full. $500, that's all you risk until you pick up your trailer. So great question, Mark. Jordan, any questions that have come in recently since we started that I don't have here that you might like to bring up? Let's fire away at one of those.
Yeah, so we've been talking about winterization and power. So first one that I've got here, this one is from Kevin M. We're wanting to buy a ZAMP solar panel. So for those of you that are hiker owners, Kevin mentions here, we know our camper has an outlet plug in it, but we're wondering if it needs to be a regulated panel or if they can use an unregulated one. So for owners, if you got a battery system, you know that you get an SAE plug with the battery package. Non-owners, just so you know, now you know. But that SAE plug, it does not have any type of controller behind it, so you will need a regulated panel if you are going to run a solar panel through your SAE plug. The panels that we put on the roof are unregulated because then we add a solar controller, which those that have those now, we use the Renogy Wanderers. So that's a very, very good question. I know electrical and power options can get confusing and have hundreds and hundreds of questions. Bob mentioned earlier, we would love to, and we plan on getting an owner's manual out at some point, but we are always here for you guys anytime you have questions like that. So Kevin, thank you.
So the simple answer, if you buy an add-on panel yourself using your existing plug-in that we provided as part of your trailer, always buy a regulated solar panel.
That's right.
Or call us for more information and advice. We also can sell the panel to them as well. We carry a couple panels for you. What other questions, Jordan?
So we had one here from Stephen A. Would you recommend that I install snow tires during the winter for my Highway Deluxe?
Most of our trailers have a pretty aggressive tread on them. The Highway Deluxes do not. Snow tires are important on vehicles if the wheels are driven. Since there's no motor connected with these, you know, snow tires on your vehicle or an aggressive tread, all-season tires, great idea. On your vehicle, if you're towing it in the snow, your Highway Deluxe, you know, you just want to be careful at the speed of which you tow. Be careful on any turns you're making. You know, the answer is I really don't think it would be necessary or would improve the towing of your trailer. That said, I have seen someone who has put it on their trailer. They put some pretty aggressive snow tires on there and they switched them out. So I think it's a preference. I don't think it really helps the towability of your trailer. Speaking of the winter camping, I am planning on doing myself some winter camping in a hiker trailer this winter. So hopefully sometime in the spring we can share the results of that. We will be doing some filming on that because we're going to put some of our things through the test. Obviously, what are the heating options for a hiker trailer? We hope to share some of those with you and actually provide some actual data real, actual data of temperature outside, temperature inside, as well as go over some cool products that work well in the outdoor world as well, how the awnings hold up. So keep your eyes on that. We really are looking for an opportunity, and hopefully in Indiana here we get some snow this winter, and I can get my hiker trailer out there in the snow for a few days and do some trials on some products and get back to you with some real-time data on that. So another question, Jordan, that you have real-time from anybody?
Yeah, why don't we throw it to the opposite end of that? So I've got Morgan I here. Are there any issues with heat or extremely dry weather? Any special maintenance items suggested for that?
Any heat? Well, a very moist heat, you could get some condensation or extreme weather changes. So ventilating your trailer is a good idea. If you are going to store your trailer for a long period of time in the direct sun, in the heat, obviously two concerns you have: moisture, and if you want to do the heat. Now, the Max fan is a nice option on the trailer because it provides some ventilation even when it's closed. So that's one good options that you have. Again, dehumidification in the summer could be very important if it's a hot, moist environment. If your trailer is inside, make sure some airflow gets through it. Keep the windows cracked open a bit, keep some air going through it. Those are the things you need to do there. These trailers in the heat, obviously, when I camp, if I'm in direct sunlight, I usually hate it. I usually look for a shaded spot. But, certain things that you can do, they have white tops on them. That's good. The ventilation in your trailer, if it's really hot outside and the inside is getting hot, open your windows, exhaust your fan. Usually gives you a great option for keeping the inside of your trailer 10, 15 degrees cooler than the ambient air outside. So let's pop to another question we had. Do we foresee any changes to the current lineup of Selecta series or items within these packages? That's from Brandon T. So we offered some series packages last year. We realized that hiker trailers are highly customizable. When you go through our regular Build-A-Hiker, there are many choices you can make or need to make to build your trailer. Our customer service people are always willing to get on the phone with you or do a walkthrough, a video chat with you to explain those and help you make the best decision. We do realize, though, a lot of customers said, I'm new to this, just tell me what I should get or what is the best package. So we put together some packages. We launched those last year. We've had quite a few people request quotes for those, and the request to quote on those is relatively simple. With a few clicks, you can request a quote, and you can get it and take a look at it. So some of those packages have sold very well. Some of them have not sold as many. So we are reviewing those now, and we'll be making some adjustments to enhance the ones that people seem to like. We may swap out a few of the options on ones that did not sell as well as the others. So we're constantly looking at what our customers are buying and adjusting what we're offering to fit their needs. As always, one of the most important things when you consider buying a hiker trailer is talk to your customer service representatives. We have multiple people at both locations, at our Lafayette, Colorado location, here in our Columbus location. They will always go through with you, what type of camping you want to do, where we're at, and what's right for you. My suggestion to customers is always this: only buy what you know you need. We can tell you which items can be added later. If you're not sure, buy the items that you know you want first. Camping is one of those things. I've done it my entire life. You go out there, you say, geez, I wish I had this or that. So it's kind of an adventure. You're always looking for new products. We love going to shows and talking with our vendors because there's so many people in this outdoor world now that new products, new accessories, we have seen scores of these things. We're talking with multiple vendors on these already. So we're excited because we know there are more things that are coming that will be nice. So yes, we're going to adjust our packages. Please work through your customer service people, understand what you can add later, what you can't, and buy what you know you're going to use and go from there. So appreciate that question. That question was from Brandon T. So let's throw a spin on that.
All right.
See what kind of gift Brandon gets.
Let's give her a whirl. A hiker mug. So, table here next to the coasters. See, lovely hiker mug. I know I've already seen some people talking about it in the chat. So, Brandon T, we will be in touch.
Now, when we send a mug, should we send two? Some people camp alone, but let's send them two.
You're the boss.
Let's send them
All
two.
right.
Let's send them two. Camping is always better when you have someone else to enjoy it with.
All right.
Okay, this next question. Does Hiker have a recommended source for a two-wheeled tongue jack that will work on the XL trailer? So we do, and Jordan, I think one of our show trailers right here next to us has one of the arc jacks.
That is cool.
So why don't we have you go talk about that a little bit and show them the install and go from there.
All right, let's take a little trip. So we have an extreme off-road here. Right now we found a solution with ARK, that is A-R-K. They have a wheel jack that actually fits onto the mount that is already there for the current trailer jacks. So it is called the XO750. Price-wise on their website, it runs $335. I know the question was for the XL model specifically. The height on this thing will work fine for it. Basically, right now it's all the way down, but to adjust it, there's just a handle on the side that gets pulled, goes up, down, removable handle here. Supports up to, I think, 1,650 static weight pounds. So, I mean, you can almost lift a whole trailer up with this thing, so you're gonna be all right. As far as movement goes up and down fairly easily. And then actually moving the trailer around, slides the trailers very easily. And this is extreme off-road, pretty loaded up. And as you can see, I'm just pushing it around. So that's our current recommendation for that.
And Jordan, I believe it is it offered as a standard option for us now, or is this one of the things we're offering at the beginning of the year?
So we haven't actually started offering them consistently yet through us. But again, as we mentioned earlier with the question, as far as things that we don't regularly offer, just talk to us, let us know that it's something that you want. We can source them, but it is something that we're gonna put on the website as an option, hopefully at the start of the year, because we know it's definitely desired.
Great. And again, folks, we'll talk a little bit here later, but we are constantly looking at new products. We have an area in our plant just dedicated to new products, new accessories. We try them, test them. We like to know what we're offering and put it through the test before we offer it to our customers. So more to come on that stuff a little bit later here in the show. So a couple questions I want to pound through. Dana asked, What is the measurement at floor level from the inside of the closed galley door to the wall in a 24-inch galley? Can you put something on the floor that is 24 inches if the galley is closed off? Dana, the answer, and I think Jordan, we measured that today, it's about 24.5 inches.
Yep.
So as long as you're under that shelf, you should be able to put something that's 24 inches in there.
Yes.
Dana also has a couple of other questions here. Are exterior floodlights with interior cabin switches independently switched, or are they all wired together on one switch? Jordan?
So your floodlights all have their own switches. On the inside of the front cubbies, right below your USB units, if you have a passenger and driver, you'll have 2 different buttons in there. And then if you were to get one on the galley, on the back wall, right inside the door, there'll be a switch in there for that one. So all lights are operated independently.
And I love the switches inside because from my camping, you know, when the occasional raccoon or something gets there, I hope it's a raccoon, not a skunk. If I hear something, I always switch the light on, look out the window before I jump out, as opposing to having the switch on the outside,
Right.
which may lead to a result I don't want. Dana asked another question. Can you build the galley with only one shelf instead of 2? And if so, does that have an impact on the build price? So Dana, we have built single shelf galleys for people in the past. As I said earlier, one of the benefits of your hiker trailer is we are willing to customize that for you. It usually is, you know, when we build 50 a month, it's a customization is what it means. We have to take special care to make sure yours is built the way you want and not like everything else. So building a single shelf instead of 2, if we know in advance, we can accommodate that. On that modification, we do not charge more, but there is no reduction for eliminating the second shelf. The savings on those materials and labor pays for the special attention we have to pay to that build going through our production process. So good question. We can do that. Talk to your customer service reps about things. And you know, by the way, there are many cool videos out there on what hiker trailer owners have done with their galleys. I'm always fascinated to see them. It gives us some ideas. So if you have interest, talk to us. If we can accommodate it, we will. Let's see. I think one more question Dana had, 2. What about no shelf at all, just to close off with no pass-through holes? Yes, Dana, we can do that as well. So similar, there's no discounted price, but we can accommodate that for you as well. Dana also asked, how much does a front-mounted spare tire and an extra large toolbox affect tongue weight? So Jordan, what's the weight of those 2 items?
So, I mean, it's going to vary depending on obviously the tire that you get, but you know, let's go with the heaviest one, the XL. XL tire itself, that tire is, I think, around like 70, 80 pounds on its own, weighing it. The extra large toolbox hardly weighs anything, believe it or not. That thing's probably less than 30 pounds. I can pick it up very easily alone. But when you start adding other things, brakes, batteries, stuff like that, but I believe that you have other things to say regarding
I do.
weight distribution.
I do. So, you know, if you add 100 pounds in the front of your trailer, it does not mean it's going to increase your tongue weight 100 pounds. Obviously, the placement of those items in relationship to the 2 pivot points, which is your tires and the front of your tongue, where you put that weight along there determines how much of that weight is applied to the tongue weight. I'll also say this. It's very important when you buy your hiker trailer, we all have a lot of different gear. So when you're packing your trailer, you kind of want to have a balance on where you put it. What's nice, if you have a front fridge box, toolbox, you can put stuff in there. You can also store stuff in the cabin in the front. More importantly, you can store stuff in the back in the galley. So think about when you load your trailer, the distribution of weight. Heavier items in the back help offset weight of heavier items in the front. So, you know, keep in mind that, balancing your load. If you also have any other questions or concerns, call customer service people. They're happy to go through that with you as well. So let's give Dana a spin. Some good questions there. We already did. Let's give Dana another spin.
Give Dana another spin.
Multiple
said so.
questions, multiple
All right.
wins.
See what we got here. Another hiker mug.
All right. So they're going to get 4 now instead of 2, right?
All right.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right. There was another question, Jordan. What is the total height of a mid-range deluxe with a 23.0 270 awning installed?
So roughly 79 inches. It's about 78, but just to be safe, look at 79, 80 inches if you're looking for clearance to get into your garage.
Okay. Another question that came up, how many separate circuits are on the included 12-volt fuse block? The answer is 6. Depending on what accessories you have, there's usually 1 or 2 spares on yours. We tend to break those out so that components are fused separately, so that if there is ever an issue, it'll blow that fuse. It won't affect all the other circuits on that system as well. Next question, what type of covers are recommended for storing the trailers? Hiker has never offered its own cover yet. We are working on it. We have a couple of prototypes in-house. So we will likely be taking pre-orders in the very near future, certainly before the end of the year, for hiker trailer covers, which are designed to fit your hiker trailer based on length to accommodate the most common accessories. So they are roomy enough to allow you to use it on your trailer, including the accessories you have, or if you add future accessories. So more to come on that. Keep touch on the website, but also when we get ready to launch that, we will be reaching out and contacting all hiker owners who already have a hiker trailer to see if they'd like to pre-order one at a special pricing before they go online for everybody else. So I think with that, we now had a question. When will you be doing trailer maintenance videos? From Jeffrey A. Question, or the answer, Jeffrey, is I wish we could have already done them. We have done a few videos along the way, but we do have an initiative to pull many of those together, as well as in conjunction launch our maintenance owner's manual, which will allow people to have links to various things. So I think with that said, we have a short video here regarding Hiker Labs, which is where we put this stuff together, what we're looking at. So let's take a quick look at that.
There's been a lot of talk lately about brakes and how to adjust them.
Hey everybody, it's Robbie with Hiker Trailers. Today we're in the Hiker Lab and we're going to be doing some testing on portable refrigerators. We're going to compare them side by side, see how well they cool, how much power they draw, and really give you our favorite recommendation for a good off-grid fridge.
Okay, so again, a little bit of preview of the efforts that we're going to put into making some how-to videos, videos regarding winterization, maintenance. All these will be available to you online. Also, a hiker's owner manual that you can download that will have this information as well. We design the trailers and keep them relatively simple with what you need to do. But it's important that we want to be able to communicate with customers how they're built so they understand it, because we realize a lot of you are people who like to do it yourself. You make modifications, and understanding what we have, how we have put it together, will allow you to make those modifications. So again, more to come on that. So Jordan, let's go to now a few more questions that have come in since we started and answer a few of those if we can.
Okay, so honestly, I feel like this one kind of goes into what we were just talking about with the maintenance videos, because I think it correlates with it. So this one is from Stephen R. It says, I would love to hear tips for beginners who are looking to start boondocking and a hiker, advice on how to find locations, must-have equipment, etc. I mean, my initial thoughts on that is, maintenance videos, like we were just talking about. We're trying to get things like that together, owner's manual. But, Stephen, if you happen to be in here, I mean, kind of just look at the chat that's going on right now. All these people in this chat, a lot of them are hiker owners. I mean, you've got Matt and Wendy in here. I see Darwin's in here. This community here, the Hiker Nation, that's your biggest asset right there. They're great.
Also, the hiker owners group is a tremendous source. If you are a hiker owner and are not in that group, please join it. Those type of questions, I have no doubt there are people in that group, multiple people, who do everything from campground camping to extreme remote camping. So you're going to get a lot of great recommendations from the hiker owners that are already doing what you're thinking about and doing that. So reach out to them. Some of them have put some videos out there, but great question. I think that's a great source to do it. And always, it's a personal preference. Once you get out there and start doing it, it becomes pretty evident what you need or what you don't need. And it is interesting talking to some hiker owners, who initially equipped their trailers. They realize, gosh, I've been doing this for a year. I've never used this thing I thought I had to have. So it's customer preference, but lean on the hiker owners. It's a great group. You'll get some great feedback there. What's next?
So I guess, just to touch on that really quickly too, another question from Laura J is, what's the best way to reach out for an aftermarket add-on? Again, we do try to prep trailers to be ready for things aftermarket. We discussed the tire swing earlier. It's not an ideal add-on. It's been done, but not ideal. But, things like brakes, batteries, options like that. We posted in the YouTube chat earlier the phone number for customer service. Hikertrailers.com. You can submit an email there. Our phone number's on there. However you want to reach us, we can walk you through it. And then when you are building your trailer, again, us, the customer service team here, we're not going to push you to get things that we don't think that you need. We want you to have the trailer that you want. So just be completely open with us. Tell us what camping you want to do. We're going to do our best to try to make sure that we pull all that information from you to make sure that we suit you with the best trailer possible. But, just ask us. Tell us, hey, I might want to do this later on, and we'll make sure that you're set up for that.
Right. From my personal experience, regardless of what type you're camping you're doing, your hiker trailer is pretty much self-contained. But the minute you set it up, there are going to be some things that you realize, oh gosh, this is nice to have, or I'm glad I got this. One of them is an awning. You sleep in your hiker trailer, you do most of your activities outside of it. That awning shelters you from the sun, shelters you from the rain. Certainly one of the most highly added items that we have. So it's always important to think about that. Storage, do you need a toolbox? A lot of people get the toolbox to get their electrical out of the camper itself, the galley, so that they have more room there. So Storage is another consideration. Power, and when I say power, if you're going to be remote without access to shore power, it's important to consider, okay, what size battery do I want? Do I want some solar to recharge it? Do I want a permanent mounted panel? Do I want a portable panel? Do I want both? Why would you have both? Well, if you park your trailer in the shade, which most people try to if it's available, your portable panel will allow you to stick it out in the sun. Do you want a power center that you can recharge? You can move that out of the trailer, charge it also. They usually have options with solar panels. So those are some of the most important decisions to make. And again, our customer service people have talked to many customers. We talk regularly in all of our weekly meetings about it. A lot of us have practical experience camping. So we're happy to talk to you. We love to talk about that. And at the end of the day, we want you to get the camper that's going to work for you, your family, and meet your needs on the type of camping that you're doing. So how about another question, Jordan?
You know what? Since you guys are reaching out to customer service already to talk about these things, Terry D here with a question about when will hiker t-shirt / apparel in all sizes be available again? You know what? When you guys are here to pick up your trailers, if you're already owners, again, those of you not winning prizes at the moment, sorry. We'll be back around. We love doing Hiker Live. We loved it last year. That's why we're back again this year. But hikertrailers.com, go to the store there. We'll do our best to get new merch up, make sure the merch is in stock. Robbie works really hard behind the scenes on that, making sure that we have cool merch for you guys, the mugs, shirts, beanies. I think they all have been designed really well, and that's primarily thanks to Robbie on that. So Terry, just be on the lookout for that. hikertrailers.com, visit the store there.
So let's give Terry a spin.
We'll give Terry a spin. All right, Terry, this is how you get merch right here. That's how you get merch. You get a $250 gift card, Terry.
Wow, there you go.
That's how you get some merch.
And it works really well, huh? Great question, great result. Again, the online store, guys, we are looking at more and more merch, more and more items that we find handy that we like camping with. So we try really hard to pick quality items, offer them at a great price. So appreciate everybody looking at our online store. And for those of you who have been buying on there, we really appreciate it. And we look to offer even more and more products that will help make your camping experience even better. So let's go to another question, Jordan.
I think you're going to enjoy this one. So Santiago L, have you ever thought about a program where owners could bring trailers to get a thorough going over or rehab?
Well, Santiago, great question. I will say our customer service team here has formulated an idea and brought up a program where we basically would offer annual maintenance program for your trailer. It's something you pay a small fixed fee. You can pay for it in advance, pay for it at the time. But yes, we are doing more and more service. There are more and more hiker trailers out there. So we're developing our service. So yes, we have two programs that I think will help along that line. One is an annual maintenance program. Why not, for a small fee, bring your trailer in? We will go through all of the mechanical systems on there, check everything, check all of the seals, check all the caulk, check all the connections, all the things that you should be doing that'll be in our owner's manual. We're trying to package that together so that when it comes in, we just go over these trailers, 1, 2, 3, get it done for you. You leave with the assurance that everything I need to do on my trailer has just been done. Another thing that we are going to launch is certified pre-owned program. So if you buy a used hiker trailer or you want to sell your trailer as a used trailer, this program would allow you to bring it in. We would go through the same maintenance inspection, all of the systems, and basically provide you written information that says we've inspected your trailer. We certify it to be certified pre-owned, be in good working order condition. I think as part of that, we're going to give you a valuation of what we think the trailer is currently worth. So I think it's another valuable tool for people who are buying a used hiker trailer or who want to sell their used hiker trailer. So those two programs come to mind. I think both of those will be launched here at the beginning of the year. So yes, good question, Santiago. That's our recommendations for that.
Janelle S., are you working with Truma on heat and air conditioning units? Any thoughts on all-in-one units or the ability to retrofit on a mid-range?
So, Janelle, we happen to have the Truma heater in-house. We have worked with their technicians on how they would recommend installing it. I believe I have a more efficient way of installing it that will minimize space in the galley. So yes, we are working with them. It's one of those options that we hope to offer next year. It's another heating option that we would offer. We currently do some heaters on trailers now, mostly the Propex heaters, Jordan.
Yep.
We have a internal one, external one. I like what I see with the Truma. I think it'll be a little more efficient. We are working with Truma on their refrigerators as well. So we like the Truma products. And I think you'll see the heater as an option in the trailers probably in Q1. So, that's a good question. Let's go to the next one.
Okay. Let's see. So, couple here regarding axle weight. We're going to pull Kayla's though. Kayla M. Is the weight rating on the axle meant for total axle weight, trailer weight, plus any gear on board? Should you only load to a certain percentage in case of road conditions, bumps, off-road obstacles, etc.?
So there are a couple of weights you'll see. We can tell you what your trailer weight is empty. We have some data on that. But there's also gross vehicle weighting, which is your trailer with gear. That's what's used on your VINing for your trailer. So for instance, if your VIN says 3,500 pounds, that means your trailer with gear, fully loaded, 3,500 pounds.
Right.
If you have questions about what does your specific trailer weigh and what the tongue weight is, we do have some data, I think, available for that online with our Q&As. But again, talk to the customer service people, because with your selected options, we can give you a very accurate estimate of that. Tongue weight is very important depending on your vehicle size. So again, reach out to us. We're happy to guide you on that as you make your decision.
Okay. I feel like this next one kind of goes in hand with weight. So this one is from Angie L. It says, can you discuss the advantages/disadvantages of adding electric brakes? I'm being told in Colorado I don't need them, but I feel like it would be an added safety feature.
So brakes, Angie, some states require us to put brakes on the trailers. Our customer service people can help you with that. For states where you are not required, it depends on the type, two things, the type of the terrain you're driving on and your tow vehicle. Obviously, if you're climbing elevations or descending elevations, most manufacturers will say, whatever your towing capacity is, cut it in half. You know, for those hiker owners that have large SUVs, pickup trucks, you know, you're okay probably whether you have brakes or not. So again, our customer service people can guide you with your state, what the requirements are with your type of camping and driving. I will say this, brakes are not a terribly expensive item. They can be added later, but trailers that have brakes seem to be more attractive to people as resells. When we have stock trailers, one of the questions people always ask, does it have brakes? Does it have brakes? If you do get a trailer with brakes, your tow vehicle needs to have a brake controller. We do not install brake controllers. We do have an option to put a brake controller on your trailer itself, but if you have an installed brake controller, talk with our customer service people so we can make sure there's some compatibility there. We will test that for you on your vehicle when you pick up your trailer. So again, brakes, in some areas you have to have them. Depending on your tow vehicle and where you're going, it may be a great idea to have it. So that was a good question. That was Angie, was it? Let's give Angie a spin on our prize wheel.
All right, Angie. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we're giving away some more hiker mugs. All right, Angie.
All right.
We'll get in touch with that. Okay.
One more question, Jordan, before we jump into our next little video.
Okay. So from Michael D, what are some of the smaller vehicles that can tow a hiker highway deluxe?
Jordan, I'll let you answer that. You're usually working with these owners, delivering them and hooking them up for them, you and your team, so.
Yeah, Michael. So we had a first run experience recently to where we had an owner come pick up in a Prius. So again, first time I've seen that since I've been here in a little over a year and a half. I think it was a little surprising to most of us. So coming out of here with a Prius, you know, highway deluxes, we don't typically recommend anything with a tow capacity lower than like 2,000 pounds. Obviously, putting brakes on there, checking your vehicle's, you know, actual tow rating, and just working with your customer service rep to make sure that the trailer that you're getting is going to meet those, you know, exact measurements you're looking for. It's really up to you. I'd say that, you know, most of the vehicles that we see coming out of here, we do a lot of, you know, Outbacks, Foresters.
Yep.
You know, we don't have a ton of like huge vehicles coming to pick these things up. You know, it's definitely smaller SUVs.
And you know, Jordan, also this year I think we've had at least 3 people pick up trailers with Teslas, electric vehicles. I had occasion on one of the camping trips to camp next to Lindsay and her family. They pulled their hiker trailer with a Tesla. It was very interesting to talk to them about, you know, their timing of their trip. They traveled quite a few distance, had to have 2 stops to recharge, but you know, the things they've done with that to accommodate it works really well. So again, if you have any questions, talk to your customer service people. They're going to be happy to give you guidance, tell you what we have seen, give you our best recommendations. The next question was from Michael J. How can I see a hiker trailer near me? So I mentioned earlier that we are looking at some other remote pickup locations where you can see them and pick up your trailers. We also always look to see what shows should we be going to. We pick them because they are strategically located to customers or people that may want to see these trailers. So we have a little video we put together of our upcoming shows. So let's go to that. So you'll see where we're coming to in the near future. And on some of these, you can register online, tell us in advance you want to see a hiker trailer, and we'll actually schedule an appointment during some of these shows to exclusively talk to you about your needs and the trailer and answer all your questions. So let's go to our little video. Great. So hopefully some of you have seen a location that's near you. If you're interested in a hiker, you can call in advance, schedule a time to see it. Also, if you have a hiker and just want to join, reach out. A lot of these facilities we're looking at, we can accommodate having other hiker owners. I will say part of what we're doing is part of our hands-on hiker tour. You will see regularly new locations announced. We're trying to reach the entire country. So you saw some on there on the West Coast, some on the East. We're going to be doing some things in the winter down in the South, down in Texas. So we realize that, and we appreciate your questions, more people want to see them, touch them, feel them. So that's our goal with our hands-on hiker tour, to get it there. I'd also like to point out on the video, you saw a little announcement about the More Expo. Last year was our first year going to it. It is a very exciting show in Springfield, Missouri. It's growing like crazy. We are talking with the promoters to potentially incorporate a hiker get together with some other special things there. So can't give you all the details yet, but more to come on the More Expo in the near future. But I think it's going to be a great show. It's in April. We'd like to get some hiker people together, reward our hiker owners, talk to people who are interested in a hiker during the show. So there'll be some more to come on that in the near future. Jordan, let's take a few more questions.
Let's talk about, so we kind of mentioned something on this earlier. This one's from Renee J. So Renee has a trailer on order, which is due sometime in January. Concern is that the weather that time of year can be touchy. I know you have requirements on when to pick up the trailer once done. Do you take weather into consideration when possible? Weather can create challenges on the roads.
That's a great question, Renee. In our 2 winters now of producing and delivering hiker trailers, obviously unexpected weather, we have to allow accommodations for that. Even if the weather's great here where you live, it may not be. So we are actively right now, proactively reaching out to owners who are scheduled to take deliveries between now and the end of the year, giving them some opportunities to push that out with no penalties, no storage fees, etc. I will say that if you do, all of the trailers are stored inside in our 77,000 square foot facility. We do not store any trailers outside. So the first night your trailer will be outside is when you take it with you. So if you are interested in coordinating your pickup, either A, because of concerns of weather, but also we realize holiday planning is important too. That's why we've suggested, let's reach out to owners now. Some people may want to delay it till after the first of the year. So with holidays coming up, holiday season, people are busy, we have the ability to do that. So your customer service team may be reaching out to you already. If any of you, like you, Renee, are going to be picking up your trailer and want to push it off, talk to our hiker service people and let's see what we can do with respect to that. So we're getting into our questions here. So let's throw a spin for Renee. We have time for a few more and then a few more announcements here to make.
All right. See what we got here, Renee.
Let's get the $250 discount on our final payment.
Not $250, but we got a $50 gift card.
All right, there you go.
That's something.
It can be used for some merch or on your final payment. So thank you for that question, Renee. What other question do you have, Jordan? I will mention while Jordan's looking, all of your questions you submitted, I'm sorry we can't answer them all on this live stream, but you will get us to respond back to your questions with answers. So do appreciate it. Every question we receive, you will be responded back with an answer.
So let's talk about this one. We have a couple of different people asking about future endeavors with other vendors, but this one sticks out. Jeffrey S. Knowing the fridge box fits most 60-quart brand fridges, do you see yourself offering a slide that fits those applications?
Good question, Jeffrey. We have bought multiple vendor slides and tried them. Some fit different sizes. At Hiker Trailer, we also have another sister company who's been in business for 70 years that does stamping fabrication. So we've got a couple prototypes building our own slides. We feel, given our experience in the fabrication industry, it has already benefited us building hiker trailers. It will now benefit us building slides. So there's no doubt in the future we'll be offering our own slides. We have built some slides and already put them on some trailers with some custom needs, but it goes along with the other things we're doing. We fabricate our own frames, we fabricate our roof rack brackets, we fabricate, our fenders, most metal parts you see on our trailers, we're fabricating. So yes, there will be some future slides from us that hopefully will be lightweight, durable, and meet the needs for your fridges in our fridge boxes. I think, Jordan, we have time for one more, and I'll let you pick.
So here's another retrofit question from James H. Can the hitch be changed from the lock and roll to a 2-inch ball, or is the hitch welded to the tongue?
James, some hitches are welded to the tongues. We can grind that off and switch it out for you. We are moving towards all bolt-on hitches. The reason is to provide that flexibility. So if yours is welded on and not bolted, and you do want to get that modified, talk to us. We can make that modification for you, or maybe refer you to someone that can do that for you. But going forward, we are looking for a universal hole mount that will allow any hiker customer to switch out the hitches as they want to. So let's give James a spin.
Okay. Some more hiker mugs. We are giving away mugs.
I must say I do love them though, so they work really well. Okay, at this point, I want to talk about our year-end sale. Last year we had a year-end sale. This year we're going to do the same thing. So a lot of thought went into this by our customer service team, all of them collectively. We realize, as I said, there will be a increase in our trailers at the beginning of the year. This is an opportunity between now and the end of the year for hiker trailer potential customers to lock in the current price regardless of your pickup date, and a little additional incentive to allow you to do that. We're offering it because we realize, it's a time of year, camping season will be here again. A lot of people are kind of on the fence. We want to try to help give you the best financial incentive to do this. So the basics of our year-end sale are this. It starts on Monday, tomorrow, and it runs through 12/30. If you enter into a contract and pay your deposit between Monday and 12/30, you will lock in your trailer at the 2022 price. In addition, for the Highway Deluxe and the Extreme Off-Roads, you'll receive an additional $300 discount for those models. If you're looking at a mid-range and a mid-range XL, you will receive on those two models a $600 discount off of the current price. And as we have said previously, a $500 deposit locks in your contract. The balance is not due until you pick it up. We are running at about a 90-day lead time. So if you order your trailer now, it will likely be ready for you to pick up in February. So talk to your customer service people. It's a great opportunity to get your order in now at the year end, $500. Schedule your delivery sometime in the spring. You'll be ready for the season to get that thing out on the road camping with you and your family. So this will all be available on our website. We appreciate all the folks who take advantage of this. We really love nothing more than delivering trailers to you. So helping you up front, select that trailer, down to the color and the options. It's always fun to walk through and talk to you when you're picking your trailer up and see that we've delivered something that you've anticipated. So take advantage of the year-end sale. I think if you're considering a hiker, it will be financially rewarding for you to do it because you're getting a discount now, but more importantly, the prices will go up at the beginning of next year. We've worked hard to keep those at a minimum, but as you can expect, labor is up, insurance is up, cost of living. We have to recognize our associates. We still work with our vendors to keep pricing down, but unfortunately, there will be an increase. And I think, once again, compared to our competitors, we're going to be probably at the lowest increase because of how hard we've worked in growing Hiker Trailer and making it efficient. So year-end sale, take advantage of it. I think it's a great idea. One more thing to mention, we have another initiative called the Adventure. Okay, we're back, guys. Thank you. We looked at the Adventure Club there, so we're excited to offer that. We're running real close on our time here, so what I'd like to do, Jordan, pick 3 names of 3 people who've asked questions. Let's do 3 spins, give away some more stuff before we move to our conclusion here.
All right, we got 3 names.
All right.
We're going with Janelle S. first.
All right.
Janelle, let's see what we can get you. We're going with some more mugs. I
think we're gonna have to check the weighting of that wheel.
So, all right, we're getting mugs.
Who's next?
Let's go with Jeffrey S.
All right.
Jeffrey, let's see what we can get you. A hiker cinch bag.
Oh, nice.
That's a new one.
All right.
Last one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I got Cody W. I think this is the Waldens that we did a video with earlier. So you submitted a question with us. So
Great.
Let's show some more love to them. Let's see what we can get them. We're going to give them a cinch bag too for all their adventures. So, a couple cinch bags, more mugs.
So, everybody, we appreciate your questions. You will get those responded to. I apologize, we can't respond to them all here. We appreciate you tuning in today to let us tell you more about Hiker Trailer. those of you who have purchased, we thank you for your purchase of a hiker trailer. For those of you who are looking at it, we thank you. We would love to build a hiker trailer for you. Again, start with the online, talk to our customer service, look at the stock models that we have available. We appreciate everybody's feedback. We love camping out there with you, hearing about your trailers, hearing about your adventures. I know the customer service team has a lot more things we're looking at and working on that will help differentiate us from other people who do the same thing, but also to make us more connected as a family and a community. So I will ask that you please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. We plan on providing more and more information. We look forward to talking to all of you. So Jordan, thank you today. Thank you everybody on our end. Thank you everybody for joining. We look forward to doing this again. Have a great camping season, great holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care.